Hi there. I almost hope no one will come in. I will sit there for a little while though. Yeah, it have been really intense days. So fun. I've been doing so many fun things, but also that's, I guess, the only time you can get burned out is when you really enjoy things. There is someone here though. No? Hey. So I will sit there for a while and see if someone checks in. So, well, yeah, I've been doing a lot of things. The things I love and the things that I guess, longed for doing with others for a long time. So I'm really, really happy. I feel like in bliss, but also the balance, that's always the thing with the balance, to also focusing on myself. But I will have time for that now also. So prioritize, right, and all that. Yeah. So, I don't know if you have, oh wow. I don't know if you have anything in your mind. The sun just came and it turned 1:11, and or it become almost 11:11 since I see a number one for someone who's here. Then also right after that. Yeah, anyways, it just happened. Same second. Never mind. So yeah. It feels like this is really, really something that I've missed and longed for a long time. I'm so happy right now. Wherever things go, whatever happens with that. So yeah, and I can clearly see how certain things that come together now, wherever it goes, have not been ready until now, or rather, I have not been ready, and that's quite apparent now. But I have not felt that I've been ready before. I guess to sense. I mean, okay, I speak in riddles somewhat, um, but I have been longing, and I didn't realize that it was in me, and the block was. And I guess that goes for many things, actually. So it's the full moon today, and here in Sweden, I don't know exactly where you are from. There is only one here, so aside from me, it's midsummer this weekend, and even since I was a child, we celebrate midsummer like almost like Beltane, with those what are they called, like fertility things dancing around, and or we used to before this whole thing was going on in the world. But I always felt connected to the fairies that time. The whole story about jumping over those old time fences, whatever they're called, and picking 7 different kinds of flowers and lay them under your pillow to get to know who you will marry. I wonder if any guy ever did that. You should dream then about that one. Yeah, I don't think ever we picked 7, but we didn't jump over those. Whatever. But I love the whole, I guess I love the magic of it. And I also love the energy in the nature this time. It was like a magical sense, however you can say it. And me and my neighbor, Kiki, we were always like doing that during the day. We lived quite close to those fields with her house. I mean, we lived next door, so her house was right beside the fields with those flowers, and there were several of those fields close by. But it was very idyllic. Is that the word? Very beautiful. So, and as I've talked about before, about the little place I come from, the little tiny village where they now have found minerals and so on that they will mine there. But it was like magical to me, the whole little stream going through the village there, or right beside, right below those fields, or that field. Yeah, it was beautiful. Some people say that, I don't know where I read that, but um, the environment of your soul, or rather the childhood landscape is the environment of your soul. Not know if that is true, but to me it feels like I have a great soul, I almost said, but a great environment there in myself. And I think it's connected very much to the nature that I met as a child as well. It always felt, and specifically that time, I kind of felt that the nature was, when the summer is very new and the leaves are so bright green, it's almost like you can almost touch onto the other world. I always felt it that way, that exactly that time of the year. I mean, I find magic always in nature, and in different ways, but it was very special, that one. And as I said, the connection to fairies and all that. I felt it sort of. Yeah. So I guess no one is really communicating here. I have cards around here. I have been doing some, not readings too lately, but been doing these things that I love to do. And there are several ways I do them, and I love to combine them, I realize. I mean, I love to work with the marma or like Chinese theology or that way of working with the chakras or energy fields and so on, but also the shamanic or the witchy stuff, or cards, or everything goes like into each other. But I feel the best when I vary it a little bit. I guess mediumship is still my or rather channeling, I guess you can call it, because it's not always mediumship, but to channel spirit's messages is my greatest skill, and also my I feel humble that I can do that, and also very passionate doing so. But all these other things balances that too. Yeah. Oh, there is a second person here. Hi, someone. I'm just sitting here rambling away. I just wrote hi here. This is like a sort of a soft spoken, if you know about ASMR. I don't know who you are, if you can say hello in the chat or something. But I have some cards here, tarot or oracle, but otherwise I'm a little bit tired, and also I've been out in the sun all day. I mean, right in the sun, and I thought it would be quite cold or not so sunny today. I mean, I loved it, but I realized I have not been drinking as much as I should today. So I feel a bit slow. Like, it was lovely though. Hi, and happy full moon to you, Sage Wisdom. So I also have this. I wonder what that is now, though. I moved around a little bit of stuff here. But I actually, I wonder where I put that. I have a new deck that I got today, but where did I put it then? Oh, it's here. It's the Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards. I've always, I mean, for a long, long time, maybe you have seen in my previous videos, some of you have seen that I've used images from these cards, but I never had them until today. I just couldn't be without them suddenly, so I had to, although I have lots of decks. And I wonder if I probably need to start to give them away to someone who may, because I don't have time. I would never in my lifetime have time to use all of that, plus their whole runes and I Ching on it and other types of stuff. And yeah, some of them are more frequently used or I'm more close to them. So the other ones I probably should give up sooner or later. But yeah, do you have any questions to my Witch's Wisdom cards maybe? Or want a card from them, maybe just like that? Maybe I can just pick a card for now for us, whomever checks in for the moment. But as I said, this is the first day I have this. And I absolutely adore them. Even the back side of them is like a star with stars. And yeah, as I mentioned before, maybe my name is also Star. So, oh gosh, my last name. Right, so I will pick a card for us since I don't know really what to talk about. But I have had a blast. I have had so much deep and intense fun these last days. And also I love to be of service. I really love when my skills come to good use. I am not the best at promoting myself like online. People know, and I think I've thought for a long time that well, they will say it to each other, or sooner or later when it's time it will reach those who need it or whatever. But I also need to, I feel that I get the most happy when I use it more. Yeah, well, anyways, a card for today, or however many cards. Let's see what it says today. How are you doing, Sage Wisdom? Are you fine today? Well, this is the card. Ancestors, remembrance. Oh my, maybe I should pick up some message to someone. I will read about it also. Well, and that is also something I really feel blessed by. I have this magical, many of those are magical, obviously, but maybe all, you could say. But one whose name I took, his name was Starden. You are okay, that's great, awesome. So I will read this. I don't read the best here. I see that I just stumble upon the words, but I hope you can cope. Ancestors of blood and bone, from earth you have to spirit flown. Ancestral lines now heal at last, and I break free from chains of the past. This magic is worked with harm to none. So mote it be. There it is done. Beautiful. Lots of new changes, mostly good. Missing someone in no contact. All right. Yeah, there is so much about that when we. Yeah. Yeah, I won't go there. I will read about this, but I think it, or at least for myself, it have taken a whole lot of time, and I'm kind of new in actually turning that focus around to myself, not being concentrated on so much on others. But it's easily said, not as easily done. Well, anyways, Witch's Wisdom. The obstacles you experience are connected to the past, and this is in your case, I guess, then also. You're holding on way too tightly. I think this is very much to you also. Now is the right time to finally let go. Remembering those who have walked before you and understanding their ways will help you to release any hurts and pain. Healing ancestral lines will enable you to break free and step into the freedom your soul yearns for. To be whole and complete, yeah, without anyone, honestly. Remembrance asks you to honor the ancestors for those who lived their lives trusting in, recognizing, and interacting with the spirits of the land and living in accordance with the magical law of nature. Call upon their wisdom to assist you in awakening to the magic of the old ways, of the days when nature was respected and the natural balance in all things was ensured. Remember to who you are and where you have come from, and honor yourself for never giving up as you walk in the footsteps of the ancestors. Yeah, I'm sorry, I read so crappy with it. Which is foresight. You have a strong ancestral lineage. Never forget who's played a big part in your life. Light a candle in remembrance of the ancestors. Someone from your past turns up. You are watched over by a deceased loved one. Resolve a past life issue. That can also be the case. And in my, no, it was on the, somewhere I put a link to a past life regression. Yeah, in my previous video, right before this one. It was a good one. I felt I did it so the other day. You, ancestors revealed, you are the dream and visions that the ancestors held. You are their future and what they work towards. The memory of our ancestors will never die if we hold their legacy alive within our birthright and heal the ancestral lineage lines that we are responsible for. Discover and learn who you have come from and be proud to carry on in their name. Wow, this was powerful, right? Although I don't read the best. I've done some vision quests. Every time I do that, that's dramatic. I regret it every time I decide to do one of those because wow. But anyways, then that I've always, not always, but it often came up, the whole processing also some of my ancestors' problems, healing backwards, and in doing so also healing myself, of course. But yeah, it takes a toll to sometimes have these abilities as well. So, but you kind of have to find a way to love and heal. Maybe I should tune in a little bit to see if there is a message. I have a candle here, so I can't actually close my eyes a lot because I don't want it to fall or my cat to trip it over. So, but I will quickly see if I can pick up something. Oh, the thing that comes up now, which is very, very weird. Maybe I have to call that one. Wow. I don't know how to even express this now, but this talks about a best friend. And this is a very specific, not the real name, but the name of what the person is being called. And this was probably to me, but this is, as far as I know, someone who is alive then. Oh, well, I thought about him the other day to call him actually and didn't, but let's see now if I can check up something. No, I may check in something to you. All right. I guess this came up beforehand also, didn't it? You know, the whole, I've mentioned Tina before, haven't I? I don't know who that is and why that comes through. We had a dog. I had a dog when I grew up. His name was that, but I guess it's not her. I don't think she would use that name. I mean, she shows herself sometimes, but this is not someone like someone who maybe it was their name or it was like a short form. Tina, yeah, like Tina is what I hear it like. Do you know anything? Someone that is like connected to you in some way? It could be like Christina, but then short form of it or whatever. No, it's a male. Is it a male? I mean, is that name connected to you somehow? That is still called Tina, or You have a female friend like that, okay? I don't know, but she's alive, right? Or okay, maybe you should contact that person then. I don't know if that's the message, but I just picked up the name for some reason. Let's see if I pick up something else now, right? Yeah, both alive, yeah. The person I am connected to also that I picked up first also is alive, so as far as I know, though, right? I think I need to pause there. I've been doing so much spiritual work lately, so I guess I get so excited and exhilarated, so I want to just go all in, but I need to like tone down my old now I wave around here so it's seen in the yeah, you can see if I do like this. Sorry for just being blinking away, but yeah, so I think I will just leave it like that. I feel my energies in the crown chakra is like all over the place now. Whew. So I need to turn it off a little bit, but yeah, you don't miss her, but maybe she needs you though. And and maybe there is something if you contact her, maybe you then understand why. I mean, it may be some, I don't know, anything. Sometimes that's the way messages comes through also, that it may not be the contact with her, it may be some other things she talks about that give you, it's like clues almost. Like, hey there, ASMR machine, just sitting here hanging out. So I don't have a lot of things in my mind on my mind. Yeah, it's a T, but not Tina. Is it secretive? What name of that T is? Maybe, I mean, I can be mistaken also when I try to pick up because I've been very active in spiritual ways now, so I need to turn it off really. But yeah, anyways, we picked a card about ancestors, ASMR machine. That I read beforehand, but maybe I should pick a card, another one, when you are also among us right now. I think I do that just for us all, or if you want a personal card, I can do that too. I have this new deck that I got today, which is Wisdom Oracle cards. I've always loved the imagery on these, but well, I have a lot of decks and I felt I really don't need another one, but I couldn't really avoid it eventually. So, but for many years, I've really been adoring this deck with these cards when I've seen them, and also the backside of them. Okay, I will pick a card for you, a message for you. Let's see what they say. Oh, Litha was this, or Lithu, we say it rather. Intensification was this mid or this summer solstice that was just on Monday came up, and also Lord God masculine came up also. It's like almost like I don't know whomever that God would be, but it's like in this tradition it's oftentimes like Canunos. Here it looks like Pan rather actually, but natural nature God. But it's very interesting because that celebration, the summer solstice, when the highest, when the sun is the highest and the power of the god is the highest, actually, the sun power, which is that it refers to rather than the moon, which is more feminine. Here, someone fourth person came in here also. But anyways, very fun that you get so intensely male, like your energy and your power and your connection to that energy is very, very strong now. Maybe you, I mean, we all are maybe divine in a way, but it's like, maybe I should say that to you. Hello, God. Yeah. So I will read about them though, what the message is for you. it was very fantastic that they came together to meet this, because yeah, as I said, it's the highest power of the god, which is actually also a little bit saddening because it have to wane, no, not wane, I think you said, when it's at the height of its power. But if we, well, let's see now, I will just first find this one. If we if we're a little bit humble with our powers and share them and so on, so that we never get to that highest point, then we can keep that height longer. It always have to fluctuate. Things that go up have to come down and so on, you know, that's the natural law. But still, that's the way to, we should of course shine and be our brightest, you know, share who we fully are and all that. But also, yeah, anyways, I will read it. In all that you do and all that is done, bringer of life and midsummer sun, intensifies and gifts your strength to claim your power at any length. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. Okay, and then witch's wisdom. The intensification of the full sun at Litho shines upon you as you step up a level. This is a time of focus, development, and determination as you gain strength and reclaim your inner resolve. Dare to explore every avenue before you and do the unexpected. Wow, okay. And a new gateway has opened, and you may find that you leave others behind as your unwavering dedication leads you away. For not, fear not, for the light of the sun will highlight the path of unfamiliar territory and borrow, if you will, the sun's strength and warmth as you embrace these times of study, focus, and concentration. Diversions may tempt you along the way. You may be blind for a while as you stumble upon the unknown, but nevertheless try to remember that these are merely tests of your commitment. The sun gods shine favorably on you and remind you that the answer to prayer and the outcome of spells happen in mysterious ways. Trust the great mystery. It's a very good, I mean, these are like blessings totally to you here. Okay. That are coming your way. Maybe you also have experienced them already, but new ones. What you have been waiting for comes into fruition during the summer months, this witch's foresight. Shine brightly, don't give away your personal power, move forward fearlessly, call on the strength of the sun or sun gods to break through. And Litho revealed, the summer solstice marks the height of the sun's powers on the longest day of the year. Thousands gathers at Stonehenge, well, not this time of the of the universe, no, but now, when times are different, maybe they don't, but usually, each year to witness the rising of the sun over the Heelstone. Midsummer was celebrated in ancient times with hilltop bonfires at night to honor the power of the sun over darkness. This is a time of abundance, fulfillment, and strength. So this is a really, really great time for you. And so you should really shine as bright as a god. And then I will read the Lord God as well for you. Here it is, the masculine. Toughen up, be self-reliant, brave and bold, become a giant. Honor your male energy. Used wisely, it will set you free. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be. There it is done. So actually you shouldn't be humble. The advice here is just different, the opposite actually. Yeah. Become a giant. which is wisdom. The power of Lord God is required for the situation you are inquiring about, if you had a question in mind. Toughen up and use the masculine energy that pulses through your very being. Whether you are male or female, you must acknowledge when you are male, the natural presence of both energies that reside within, in order to make up the whole of who you are. Right now, you are urged to connect with your masculine side and to harness the driving force of independence. A rational and analytical attitude is required in order to override any emotions that often rule you. Unleash your rebellious streak and be willing to use force if you have to. Oh, wow. This is not a time to be passive or accepting. Lord God is waiting to be called upon so that He can provide you with the tools you need for the battle ahead. With the divine masculine on your side, you can be sure that you are on the winning team. This is an auspicious omen. Omen usually is not maybe auspicious, but that word. But anyways, both of these cards are super brilliant. Which is foresight. Your emotions have influenced you. Logic needs to be used at this time. Do not accept the first offer that's presented. Draw strength from your experiences. This situation calls for you to be rational. Being highly driven and competitive serves you well right now. Be a rebel. Lord God revealed. When calling upon the Lord, you are beseeching the male essence of the all. He is fatherhood who offers both protection and strength. The three aspects of the God is seen in nature's youth, father, and elder. You can choose to work with whichever aspect of the God you're drawn to and bring it into life at any given time. Yeah. But I guess I hope you got what the message is for you, but they're super, super strong cards to you. Wow. And yeah, none of it talks about being humble now. And you should really trust that this will work out fine. And right now, when I said that, I also saw the timing was 32. Often when it comes like the same numbers at the same, after each other like that, it means something. And it becomes number 5. So, and that is also in tarot, it's the high priest, but it sometimes is a challenge also. But yeah, if you just come through that passage, it will go fine. So it'll be well. So, powerful cards. You are a powerful man. But you may need to step into it even more so than you have been doing so far. And not hold yourself and your strength back, And shine like the sun and be a giant. Yeah. So I wonder what this sound is. You hear that murmuring sound, like a car maybe standing outside. I have opened windows and doors. So that was those cards to you. I'm really curious now what goes on in your life, because this is just super awesome. Yeah. Wow, I have to drink a little bit of water. I have been out, as I've mentioned before, I've been out in the sun all day almost, and wow, I forgot to drink water. Or less of it than I needed, so. Yeah, well, I don't know. Do you have any other? I tuned in a little bit here, but I think I need to pause. My whole crown chakra is too vibrant right now. I've been working a lot with different variations of spiritual things these just a few days, like very intensely, so, which I love. But do you have any other? You can ask questions to the cards though, because I just mainly read the cards and think and use my mental, a little bit intuition, but so it doesn't take too much from me. But if you have any other thoughts or questions or or want to share something, just hanging out here, feel free to do so. But I will also check in if you want to Sage Wisdom later about this, if you contact your friend there, or maybe that mail with T, I don't know. But I shall also contact my friend whom I pick it up about first. Maybe there is something we need to connect with there that we don't know yet. So we can hear with each other if it was so afterwards. Yeah. So, yeah, but we need to hear from God now, from this powerful mail. Have, yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah, it's my best interest. Oh, okay. I will see then. I won't tune in more, like, because I'm overly like open now, I feel. But I will tune in if it's good for you. I will see if that Tina probably is the one. If so, I will tune into that if that's good for you. Yeah, that would be good for you though. And the other one, I don't think the message is about the other one actually. But so I don't know if that guy, maybe not. Uh, who is the Tina? Is that the who is that? You knew someone whose name is Tina? And I forget to speak softly. I know. But ASMR machine. Yeah, I think that's the one that you. In that case, it will be a good thing to contact. But don't take my word for it. Still, you need to check in with yourself if it feels good and so on. Never listen to anyone more than you listen to yourself, obviously. But also ASMR machine. Have you ever maybe he went away now? There's just one left here. Have you? Yeah, you're there. Hey, have you picked up information like that beforehand, or like spiritually? Are you like open in that sense? It feels like you have a lot of strengths that maybe have not been expressed fully, also, but. Because of these cards, I got so curious. Although the whole sun and the aspect is mainly concentrated on this more mundane realm rather than the moon is more the subconscious or deeper mind. Then, but still, I get a little bit curious if you have explored in these fields that I do. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you have so many abilities. You're like God, you know, and you should let it shine through way more, and take it on. I mean, see yourself in that light, really. Yeah, you have a lot to share. Wow. Now I need to go and listen to your video someday here. I need some. No, I have a lot of sunlight now today, but still. Wow. Yeah. Do you pick up something now if you want to share? That's they say be brave and do anything. Actually, because I'm a little bit like yeah, not slow. I don't feel slow. I feel really super awake rather. But let's see. Yeah, awesome. Feel free to do so here at any time. Yeah, so I don't actually, as I never do, I promised I would be here now when it's the full moon, but I haven't planned anything exactly. So I don't know if it's anything. Some of you have listened to me beforehand, and so, but is there anything you're curious about or want me to talk about, or anything, questions you have, or as I said, I also have cards, but I mean, you ASMR machine can't get better cards than that. So, and I think maybe if we don't have questions like that, maybe something else. I don't know. Sage wisdom, have you explored in these fields? It sounds like it on the name, obviously. You have. And if so, in what ways and so on. I don't know really who you are. Lately, previously when I started to be online, I mean, listening to others' videos and so on, I used to, yeah, well, okay, I'll try to just ramble away then, and interrupt me. Feel free to do so whenever. Yeah, and yeah, because now I've never almost time to, or yeah, I don't know what I'm busy with so much, so I don't, or I focus in on certain videos only and forget certain others that I really, really would want to check out. Previously, I would have already listened to you. I mean, ASMR Machine, I've listened to you also, but just briefly lately, but beforehand, so, but yeah. Intuitive and cards. Oh, do you have any cards around there? Maybe you have some message from the cards to us also. Maybe you don't have them there. Now I'll have you working. And or intuitively, of course, as well would be fine. Or whatever, if you have questions intuitively, that's fine too. Mm. And it's more difficult to pick up. Yeah, okay. Feel free to do so if you want to. I mean, I don't want to pressure you, but also when it's about yourself. I mean, when I try to figure out things or tune into and pick up what I should do in certain situations, I'm not always the best one, or rather, I also don't listen. Even when I pick up right messages, I do differently. So, but feel free to give us some little message from the cards, from your cards, if you want to. Maybe it's difficult to read that, and I mean to write that, but if you want to just briefly, then that's okay. Or even if you want to go all in and write a lot, that's fine too, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Grab them. Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah. The only thing that I really want to talk about mainly when I go into these, let's see now, I'd be tempted to go and watch it back afterwards to understand it fully. Yeah. Yeah, I do so. Of course. If you want. I'm happy you are so, I mean, eager to absorb it. I really feel that these messages you got were like, wow, I've never had anyone gotten such messages. I mean, I mean, this is the first few times I use this particular deck, but there are different kinds of messages in this, and that you got these two at the same time, that's like heavy in a positive way. Rather, yeah, that's awesome. It means like you are super brilliant, like, and should really show that and never back down, like. And they support you so much and say that you will win this, whatever you come across, whatever challenges, or oh gosh, that's stutter, and or people who may be against you or whatever it is, they don't have a chance. You are, you have so much backup also, and yeah. Ten of Swords and High Priestess. Wow, this is interesting. How do you interpret that? Wow, awesome, interesting cards. Don't think too much. Be intuitive. No, no, no. Ace of Cups also like the great. And now I start to interpret your cards. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah, very much so. Beautiful. And it also seems related to a lot of the ending seem related then to thoughts. I mean, that you have been, someone may have been stuck in the same thought circles or processes or so. Yeah. Wow. That's a problem with this mind. I've talked about several times here online also, but with people that I meet that don't even know about these things at all or have experienced it. Oh, hanged man. Yeah, and a different perspective, yeah. And also not being able always to influence things the time we want to. I mean, it have to be in the right time as well. But the whole thing about how thoughts always are dualistic, it's always on that. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, no longer stuck. Because, you can get to a certain place with thought process, but it in itself, it's a symbol for something. It's like the finger pointing at the moon. It's always, there is always an opposite to everything. So you can stay in that, like, circling around in your thoughts without, you can reach, both clues and answers and insights and so on, but there is always a limit to it. While the high priestess then can skip that level almost, but you use your thoughts obviously and brain and so on anyways, but open up to deeper or greater awareness. That is, yeah. Let's see. Oh, the Tower and the Ten of Swords in the same. This is heavy. These delusions just breaks down. Bam. Right? And that's the gain also. Then we have the real things that are still there, right? And sometimes we long for that lightning hitting us, so that there is a. I'm sorry that I keep interpreting like your card, but my thoughts when I read what you say here. Something to stop our, if we are on a like false way, let's say, or a destructive path, that's like a relief also. However, this Tower card oftentimes an epiphany, just getting it. Yeah. And also it's oftentimes sudden and surprising and often not something we would exactly wish for in that moment, but it's really, really good for us still. And it's needed for us to be able to evolve or like, grow actually. Yeah. And how I've never seen the connection about the Ten of Swords and the Tower, how they are like almost the same card in a way, actually. Because those are also, I mean, the Tower card is also building up illusions or your mindset keep you trapped in a sort of form that you pretend to be real. Or yeah, let's see. It was after the Hermit, so it feels like it comes with searching. Oh yeah, beautiful. And also just pausing, let's say, to be still and alone and not always active, and also fed by all this propaganda online and all kinds of, or the TV or whatever, people, because then we are fed with so many lies and so much illusions. So the Hermit is needed, I guess, to see through that tower, so to let it fall. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so very much for sharing. Yeah. Yeah. And also, I think that, what was I not thinking? I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, very, very good. Yeah, awesome times this is. But I was thinking about something. I don't know. I'm too like thirsty, I guess, or something. Yeah. I was starting to say that the only thing I want to talk about when I come online usually is love, There's always that. But I have to not be too personal, probably. But that's an interest. I've always been interested in. I mean, like almost like not desiccating, but I mean, very interested in humans, in human behaviors, and I mean, I'm interested in all of reality and wanted to pick it apart and be, I mean, understand, and I guess that's the riddle, or it should be mysterious sort of things, but I still am very curious, both on a more like personal, minor level, but also in the greater scheme of things. Love is like a topic I always want to sort of unlock. I guess we do it all the time. I mean, just having you here feels very good, both of you, and or there are three here actually. I don't know who the third is, but it's not quite one. Um, and yeah, I mean that whole oneness. We talked about that today, me and a few friends, about those. Levels of awareness. I guess you are quite aware of those, but and which is also related to the chakras and the aura and all, and reality as such. Or it's like a. I guess this is thinking, obviously, as well. You have to when you use words. So here we have to, but that whole oneness, that divine, which is then is Mama Jean's consciousness here, the oneness, without ego, just wanting like the best for all, and being able to see oneself in others and to want to treat them as if they were your own self. That's really beautiful, and a high consciousness, without ulterior motives or just for your own gains or whatever. Yeah, but to rise up, let's say, or to develop the ability to be aware of our greater selves takes some time and practice, and we have to like run into some walls with our ego, I guess, a lot of times, to learn that that's too limited actually for us, because we are more than that. Yeah. So I guess love is always the thing that when I should talk about something randomly, like that's always what I've come to. So I guess I have to stop, or maybe I share something interesting or nourishing to for someone else when I think around in my own little, I don't know, puddle. I don't know. We reflect each other, I guess. Anyway, so but I love it when you also share, or I mean, I would love to like get to know you, kind of, But although you are online, and I know people are, well, maybe also there are many fake ones or so on. But still, I think we become who we are through each other, and through reflecting ourselves also in each other. So yeah. So, but yeah, I guess that's what I've felt also these latest days, and related to, I guess, you sage wisdom. I don't know who it is you miss. I forget also if you mentioned things beforehand in my audios and so. It's not that I'm not interested. It's just that I let go of it afterwards. Let's see. Yeah, sure. And the one you're missing is that, like, or that's a love interest, because I realized that part. Oh, right. Yeah, right. That's the thing. And also, the more present we become in ourselves. And now I've been very focused on sharing love with others, like friends, and I realized that, and I mean, even if it wouldn't be with them, I mean, just by myself and my little cat or whatever, but I've not done that before in the same way. I've almost like just stared at the whole, let's say, of someone else, where someone else is not present, that is where I've had my focus and like desperately felt a need to uh, figure out how to have them present, or at least hope for that or whatever, wanting them to have their free will though. But I realized that's kind of futile to concentrate your. I mean, we have the power to steer our conscious, our minds. At least we can train it and realize that also the even if I mean if we have a lower vibe, whatever that is, it's also related to. I mean, we are creating it in a way, that gap, whatever it is we are missing, in our mindsets as well, because there is so much always around that is fulfilling also. But it's easier said than done, yeah. But it's very interesting to realize that, wow, you can do like this. You don't even have to. I mean, you stumble as when you start to try to learn to walk or whatever. And also in this, I'm sure this is not like I'm liberated from that. Rather, I guess I will stumble back and forth. But at least I realized, wow, this is freedom. This is awesome to not feel that. Now there are two here. I wonder if ASMR Machine is, or if God is, as I call it nowadays, is still on. I hope God didn't leave us, right? Right? Sage wisdom. Wow. Yeah. Hey, are you still there? Hey. Do you, any of you celebrate full moon, or how have I've done a little bit of magic aside from just being super active, anyways? But yeah, 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 yeah. Obviously, yes, yeah, of course, and that's as you say, it's natural and it's absolutely fine as long as it doesn't take like over and become a destructive thing. And then obviously we all have that if we can miss someone and so on. Mm. Yeah, attachment, as they say, the Buddhists. That's difficult. Oh, you recognize it, anyways. Yeah, uh, yeah. I have to remind myself sometimes that it's the full moon, but yeah, it's always. I mean, it's both the whole whatever goes on in nature and the influences that I have, but also I've been working a lot with the inner and not so much with tools or. I mean, okay, I follow the rhythms of nature also as an Ayurveda therapist, obviously, that have very close connections to that. I'm aware of that, but still, yeah. And oh, you do crystal grid also. Beautiful. Mm. And meditating. That is what I wish to do more of. Yesterday I did this as I'm put a link on my previous video. I can do it beneath this also on a past life regression I really loved. But also just being at peace to relax and let yourself be. But to me, it's also the symbolic meanings of all this that I follow those rhythms. I like tune into that very much. Yeah. Mm. Are you like a witch or so on? Sage wisdom. Would you call yourself that? I'm sorry that I haven't like checked you out, so to speak, so much. I think maybe I clicked on your uh, briefly, but no, you don't call yourself anything. That's beautiful. A sage from Sage Wisdom here, though. But yeah, no, that's the actually always when that's another tower. We trap ourselves in our definitions of everything and everyone else as well, and not the least relationships. That's difficult. And we have God here. I have to ask another thing. Since you're a male and you Sage Wisdom is a woman, as far as I understood it. Because I think it's really, we are different. I'm not saying everyone is the same in these ways either, but I'm really curious because I've tried to communicate this whole thing, that the need for a soul connection, it doesn't have to be framed, let's say. That's a suitable word. It doesn't have to be defined in a certain form, maybe. To me, I'm not limited to the idea of that too much, but I guess sometimes people need that for the whole sake of feeling secure and whatever. But what I mean is that I need a soul connection. I need to feel a deep connection to want to be closer or intimate. And it seems like, but this is just maybe, I don't know, whomever random guys, and you can't obviously answer for all random guys. I will check your comments soon, Sage Wisdom. But it seems like guys don't really understand that. It seems like they hear something else. They hear like that you are more open to random connections then, rather than, I mean, maybe you have to be more clear and just tell them that you want, maybe they get it if you say you want a relationship, or you want something serious like that. Then they may understand better what you say. Do you understand my question here, ASMR Machine? But you are just one person. You can't answer for these. I understand that. But maybe you still know better how guys think, because I feel that message never reached them fully. They don't understand what I say. They just, I don't know. I don't think it's, I don't know. I feel like they don't understand it. Let's see. I don't post anything. You don't. I use my channel to post private readings, but haven't done it anymore with, okay. Yeah, it obviously does. It varies from person to person, and maybe it seems also vague or unclear to them. So, maybe I have to define it better, but maybe I have to ask people what they mean with a relationship, because, and maybe that is not, I mean, those general frame, I mean, it can involve so many things that may not seem like a positive, but also many things that may seem like that. But so, anyways, never mind that. but I think I realized it's the struggle to be misunderstood also, or maybe not misunderstood, also maybe just manipulate. I mean, maybe it's just a conscious misunderstanding, trying to like slide through those, let's say, gates, or those boundaries that I try to, share then, or say. So I don't know, but it's interesting. I think I need to find better words that are more clear to others, because it's complicated to realize after a little while that people don't even heard what you said. I mean, that they don't understand what you mean. So maybe I have to use more common words for it. Yeah, maybe so. Also, I've thought about that. Maybe also that. Maybe also I want to be a little bit, not people pleasing, but maybe I don't want to narrow it down so it sounds like I'm going to, I don't know, imprison them or something. Yeah. So maybe I need to check myself better there to see what I really, really mean. But I also, now I'm personal, I know it's strange to be that on here publicly, but yeah, I have nothing much to hide, so whatever. But previously in relationships, and they haven't been all bad, absolutely not, and I've learned a lot from them, and one of them at least is a good friend, have been always. So anyways, I don't long for that, since they have been so complicated. So what I think when I think about relationships in that form it doesn't sound like good. I mean, it seems complicated and almost like negative. It seems so much easier to be more more single, let's say. Not that I want to like, not in this sense of having many or whatever, but like having my own, being very much my own. And yeah, I don't know. Let's see here. You can say I want. Oh, I must talk to the mic. Lean over so you don't hear. You can say I want something serious all you want, but if you don't really want it, I haven't even said that. I've said like I want to have a. I want to feel safe. I want to have soul connection. That's what I've said, and they just what? Or believe it can happen, or it's yeah, that's true. Do I believe it? Yeah, I believe it, but I don't even know what that means. I guess the serious sounds like, it seems like a heavy, heavy word. Like you take a brick of stone and just throw it down like hard. I don't know, serious. You want to have fun. You want to be cheerful and light. You don't want a heavy. I mean, you don't want, but serious in the way of not like playing each other or being false. Like, yeah, in that sense. Yeah. Is it deserved? Yeah. Yeah, I mean that depends on what you mean. I mean that's why I have to maybe check it out with them. I mean with whatever whomever I would meet. Think it's easier to be not serious. You put me on the spot here. They used to say that to me. Oh, you put me in the corner. Don't put baby in the corner. Serious commitment still can be fun. Yeah, I know. It's just a word sounds so like when things are dull and you look like serious, and seems like not so fun. Yeah, you're totally right. I have to deal with my own ideas about these things, I think. But what I mean is that the thing for me is most that I want to feel safe. I want to feel that I can trust the other person, and that takes something to do. I mean, you need to spend time and get to know each other inside to feel that, and it takes some time. I couldn't like feel good about randomly having someone closer, but I don't even know if I need the whole outer frames of everything, whatever that could be. Yeah. So, but then to complicate it and say that seems even more vague. It seems like I don't even know what I want, but maybe I don't. There's a lot there. Yeah. So maybe I should just say that, but that's I don't know. I don't know. We will see. Maybe I need a card on this one. Sage wisdom. Now I will have you work on all my videos. So. This say it says a lot, not to them though. They don't even understand. To me, safe also means that when people ghost you, and I am a very intense personality. I can be really too much, and I know that. I also tend to use that as a way to push people away, like chase them so they run, but like double, because I also not want them to run. But yeah, I know what you mean. I knew you mean that it says a lot about me. Yeah. And oh, oh, that's your day job. Yeah. Anyway, so um, anyway, so it doesn't say too much to them though. They don't hear it, or maybe they hear it and they don't care. Because to me, when someone, for example, ghost you or become like cold suddenly, or stuff like that used to be a thing if you don't know each other deeper, then I mean it's natural also that you feel like you want to have a distance then, and so for a while or whatever, and also comprehend the whole, I don't know. And then I don't feel safe. Usually I don't. Now I really don't care. I almost was going to say, but yeah, I don't care as much, let's say. I don't feel that what can I say? I don't see any reason to get upset so much. I think so. Yeah, I don't. You know about this Ten of Swords and so on. You can like upset yourself with all those thoughts back and forth, and overthink, and I just let that go and so on. But still, I think the whole message there doesn't really go through. What do you hear when I say that then? It says a lot about me. What do you mean about that? Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's I mean, don't have someone that you allow yourself to be vulnerable to be hurt with. Well, not quickly. I would want to though. But I mean, that takes some time to know someone that much, I guess, to do that. But I would want that, obviously, but because how can you, anyway, I mean, how can you otherwise be intimate in any kind of way, I guess? Need to be safe as you have not felt. That's true. Yeah, absolutely true. But I guess everyone also, if to let someone closer to you, don't doesn't everyone want that feeling though? I mean, that's like a premise. Is that the word? I mean, that's the like a one of the basics for letting someone close. If you don't feel safe, you wouldn't do it. But that's the thing that I've done before, even if not so, because I didn't even, yeah, I couldn't discern that well. Actually, I didn't have those. I guess I didn't have that experience, or what can you say? Yeah. So I didn't know really how to discern that. Yeah, trust is different. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's interesting. Safe is different, but to me, yeah, it's about being safe. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I thought, oh, this is a language thing, but actually in Swedish also it's quite different. These two things, yeah. Oh, wow, that's very interesting. So, do you have any advice here? I mean, you seem to be on target here. You seem to be very on point. So, uh, probably want to close this conversation. They may not know what they do. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I could communicate that, or maybe they would understand that also better. But it's safe that I want to be. But I could also say trust. Maybe that would even, I mean, that would sound better for them, or what do you think? Mm. Yeah, I kind of got that. Yeah. So maybe we can resolve me here right now. I don't think it goes so easy. Mm. Yeah, well, wow. Oh, I could tell like I need to feel, in Swedish like tillit, like trust. Okay. But I wouldn't. But the thing is, okay, when I go there, now we are going here on labels and all. But the thing is, I would never, I guess, feel that though. I could feel safe, but I don't think I would feel trust. I think that's also the thing. I could. I don't think I would. So I think I take the the minor steps sort of, because to trust someone, I can't even imagine that I would do that. But I could feel safe enough for them not to like be worse, kind of. I don't know, and that's enough. Kind of. At least I can relax and breathe and hope they won't hurt me. Mm. Oh, yeah, I understand that. How heavy to do that daytime and then readings. Yeah. Yeah, people also get very offended when you don't trust them. So therefore, I try not to express that, because I mean that happened also with girlfriends, so to speak. I mean friends that are women, um, and other people. Everyone actually get quite offended when you don't trust them, and I don't mean that personally to anyone specific. It's just that I don't think I'm really able to. I actually don't think so. I don't know. I think there have, as you say here beforehand, things have happened in my life that make it, I guess, and maybe that was started so super very early in my life actually. So I don't think I trusted food, my dog, or our dog, sleeping. you know, Early on, I started to mainly trust myself. So, and not even that because I make bad choices. Uh, it's a choice. People say that. I don't know. What do you mean? I mean, I would try. That's why they get offended. Now I get that though, because they feel like I choose not to trust them. But to me, it feels like I just don't, so I don't. This becomes like a public online session. Oh my. Yeah, well. Well, is it though? I mean, it's a choice for those who are able to trust. I recall the first time I felt trust, that I even knew what it was. And well, let's see. But you can choose to change any habit or behavior. Yeah, well, yeah. I have felt it though, tiny, and so I kind of know what it is. But it was like I was kind of, let's see, however old I am now. How this was like, yeah, it was maybe 15 years ago or something like that. But the first time I realized I felt that, and I didn't even know what it was. I mean, I was like overwhelmed by feeling that, and so and before then, I don't know, I really ever allowed myself, let's say then, to know what that was. I didn't know it existed exactly before. So, but it's hopeful that you say that you can though. But I now I'm not starting to shake here, but I get like when I just try to think it, think that wow, could I trust someone? That's like how people can also get all kinds of, suddenly they get a disease, they get like some toxins in their brains or whatever, and they get all crazy maybe. I mean, how can you trust someone? Yeah, let's see. Trust in you that you will be okay if you trust. Wow, you are really good, sage wisdom. I think there are two gods here, a goddess and a god. Wow, what a company I have. Full moon blessings all over. Yeah, trust in you that you will be okay if you trust. That's a good one. I think I have a hard time with that one too, actually. But I do trust. There is one trust I've always had since I was as far as I can ever recall, which is very strong trust, and that is like in the universe, in the divine or whatever. I mean, that something holds me, that something guides me, that something that is something I've always kind of not even trusted, but I've known. I have lost it a little bit, or like not lost it, but it have been a bit fragile at times. But no, actually, that's always the anchor I come back to, and that's always as solid, and I never doubt that really. So I would be able to trust people in that context. Yeah, you are really, really true on that one. Yeah. Work less on trusting others, more on you being okay no matter what others do or don't do. Yeah, I think I'm getting there a little bit actually without thinking of it in those terms. I hope you don't feel like outside now, ASMR machine. Feel free to come in with your divine comments or anything whenever you want to. Um, anyways, yeah, mm, that's true. I cannot deny it. And I think now when I realized how I can easier, balance, let's say myself or my directions of whatever thoughts, emotions, and whatnot, mm, pretty recently, but still, I, I trust better in my ability also to deal with whatever people do, but also in my ability to understand whatever boundaries I need to have to not, I mean, uh, allow whatever. And so, but to communicate it with correct words is not the easiest also always, but yeah, wow, this is much to process here. But good things, very very good things, yeah. Mm, yeah, wow, that's a beautiful one thing. Only you're so sweet ones, I almost get teary-eyed by you now. Wow, both of you so wise ones, yeah. Yeah, and I'm getting there more to trust myself, so I've trusted in the universe, let's say, that held me even when I haven't been all that much to trust myself, even because I continuously decide to deal with certain things in my own life and stumble and fall all the time back towards where I started on, and I keep hoping and believing that I will still change the various things. But I see, though, as you Sage Wisdom also said there, that things I have changed several things lately that I haven't been able to before. So there is still hope, yeah. So yeah, I'm starting to trust myself more, yeah. But I'm weak. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, that's true. But when you decide and you make decisions, or no, I've stopped promising anything to anyone, but then you start to also, I don't distrust myself because I know I mean it in the moment, but then maybe half an hour later, not so much. I mean, then something else takes over. So, and then the trust gets a little bit, you know, um, yeah, it's like I wouldn't, yeah, lean on my decisions too much. Like, yeah, baby, start that way. Yeah, and that's true. That's the only way also to get trust. Also, coming in contact with wise persons like you guys, and also other things that I come across that are helpful to change the mindset and see through certain things. Also, I was very, oh my, this is so ego. Also talking about I, but who else should I talk about? Maybe hopefully this also, if someone would listen, could reflect on them and help them. I hope so. But um what was I now thinking about? Oh, it went away. But I don't recall. I must see about the stumbling and falling thing. Yeah, I forgot what it was actually. Oh, this was exhausting. Yeah. Wow, I've learned a lot now. Yeah, but oh, I need to say something, right? Because now I have the mic here. Yeah, I don't know. I need to drink some water. I can. What? Yeah, this whole all ideas and everything changed. Yeah, now I recall what I was going to say. That I actually, it took a very very long time for me to even understand that people could be mean, for example, or could have like bad intent and stuff. And being that naive, that's not. Yeah, well, it's sweet in some case, maybe, but it's not really a good thing. Yeah, we've done some work because but I mean, I also met therapists when I had it, when I was at this long ago also. But they tried to get it out of me, but I couldn't like get what they were saying when I said that people, it's mistakes and all are like have good intent. Otherwise, it was like just mistakes or something. And in the, I mean, in a way, it's true. I think. I mean, people who hurt are hurt. I do think so still, but obviously, all kinds of people don't have good intent, and many have lots of games and manipulations and so on. And I guess starting to almost study that was felt like, when they say don't look too deep into the abyss and you will like, it felt like that because I don't want to become like that, but I still needed to see it because otherwise I'm totally blind and they can play me however, um, yeah, yeah, obviously also for different reasons, of course it's so, but I never understood that. I was so I and I don't mean to like make myself seem like a very I mean good. I'm more like dissociated, I guess, in some cases, but still I I wanted everyone well. I mean, I didn't understand how you don't. And so it was like really blind spots there. And so in that case, but that is the same there also, that then the more I learned, although I was super naive, the better I realized that I could trust myself. But I need to also learn about these things and how people do various ones, and that we are quite kind of, as I began this, how curious I am about people overall. I'm curious about a lot of things, all kinds of things, but that is, I guess that's something you are too, maybe both of you, but as you, Sage Wisdom, working with that, must be very curious on these kinds of things, I would assume. Um, and I don't know if I understand, and I don't know if you need to understand the root of whatever. It just is what it is, and you have to deal with it somehow anyway. So, and you can do that in. I mean, the worst way to deal with it was just allowing being very confused about how people behaved, but no, that's not how you have to go. Now there are 3 people here again. I don't know who came in. Yeah, this was really a session. That's the thing when you go on here talking about yourself. I should always have a. This was a topic though, and I'm really happy for you sharing, both of you. Let's see. Oh, there is a difference in wearing a raincoat in the rain or building a dam. True that. And I would suppose that means that it's better to have a raincoat. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. But it also depends on what you have come across. And I mean, I will have to stop maybe seeing it that way, because it becomes almost like excuses for building that dam, or yeah. So, but I feel like sometimes you have seen sides of humanity or people that are worse than others have seen in some cases, and then it's even more difficult. I mean, you see the range of how far it can go, and also, although I always knew that though, which is weird but I needed, I guess, to still believe there was some mistake there, or that it wasn't intended. But yeah. Past traumas are like ghosts in the present and carry in the future. Yeah, down with that tower, because I realized that the now is new, and we can sow the seeds of love, what we want, in the now. Yeah. and see things differently. And that's the only thing, the only way to change. Of course. Yeah, a lot to digest here. Wow. Just wearing a raincoat, though, feels like maybe an armor. Let's see. Yeah, you didn't say anything. Yeah, true. Yeah, it is. Yeah, wow. But I also wonder, when do people generally, you have this as a work, then when do people generally understand the games? Because I was totally blue-eyed. I still still usually don't. I can afterwards think about it, or I can kind of pick it up sometimes. I pick up strange vibes quickly, but I don't know if how to interpret them usually. Well, I mean, a lot oftentimes, yeah. But I mean, to me, it seems like people start to understand that pretty early, which I didn't. Um, many were, many were. Um, so I wonder, like, did people start to understand these things when they were like 11? And I'm like very confused about it now. No, now I'm not really confused about it anymore. It makes sense now. Not sense in the sense that I understand why exactly, but it is what it is, and we all have all kinds of defenses and whatnot. So I just accept what it is, and realize that certain, when you meet certain behaviors or whatever, then yeah, I have to suppose that it's harder as a child, yeah. But I have to, I want to also think good. I want to think that people mean well, even if it doesn't seem like it, because I want to give them a benefit of a doubt, And so I think I don't want to afford that anymore. If they show, whatever, then I have to like realize that probably it could be like playing, and I don't have time for that. Life is short, But still, I don't want to judge people, and also not judge them also wrongly. So yeah. But then again, I don't know. Children feel helpless and have guilt and so many other things, making it hard to put boundaries. Yeah. Yeah. And as I mentioned before, about how disconnected I was. I was very logical, but very little emotional. And so, and I guess in a way I have had this child perspective emotionally, as well as maybe not magically, but in the sense of I have a great ability to be happy. I'm easily happy. I'm almost always happy, and people I know don't feel like that, and it have almost provoked people that I can be happy for minor things, and generally I am, and I think that's almost like a childish perspective that I still keep, as many lose growing older. But I'm happy I have. Oh, thanks for being here, and I hope we didn't bore you out with all this therapy session. But thank you so much, and I will check out your videos now, and yeah, keep shining, and be the strongest you. Wow. Yeah, thank you so much for now, and I will sit here for a while and see if someone else checking. I will pick a last card here, and then I will have to go to bed as well after this day. Lovely. Thank you so much, sweethearts. Wow. And that's the thing also, when you have met people who shift all my life, I've seen that though, but they can be the loveliest person then being the total assholes. So I have to be like prepared to, oh wow, is this just a softening game? And then they will smash. But then again, as you said, I have to deal with it then. But I'm prepared. So don't have a plan ASMR machine. I check in quite often. It's usually around this time though, or a little bit earlier maybe, that I've been doing things out, and then here it's like evening then, or rather nighttime. But it doesn't usually, now it doesn't go many days. So I usually am here on full moons. I've said that I will be here, but then it's like 4 weeks until then. But probably I'm here sooner than that. So I haven't planned it. I never plan. So, and I feel best not doing so. But now I feel that it was a good idea. I got a free therapy, awesome session from you guys. So, yeah. When do you want me here? If you want to, I could try to. Yeah, see you soon. So, yeah. And I will pop into your both of yours. No, you didn't have any up nice, no stage wisdom, but to your ASMR machine, I will check that out a bit again in the presence of God. There. Thank you very much for now. Right. Yeah. Okay, I will pick a last card here. And wow, 2 cards. Ostara. This is something new being born here. The incubation, incubus, no, but yeah, something. It's like it's in this picture in this deck of the Witch's Wisdom. This is like an egg, almost like a shining, not a physical egg, but like an energy where a person is like growing from and soon coming out in the world. Wonderful. I feel like that right now. I feel like this is so obvious things, and why don't I understand? I mean, why didn't I understand them beforehand? And then the pentacle, respect. Beautiful. So these are the 2 last cards, and then we will sleep on it. And one good thing with me being so very open on here, though, is like you also invite people to manipulate you in a way if you just share everything. I understand that, but still, I've always been like that, and I really don't want to change it. I like it like that because it makes me happy also. Yeah, have a great night. And now I will read these 2 cards, and then we will see each other soon. And feel free to connect and say if you want me on here someday. You can write, these messages stuff or what it is, yeah, or even on comments, obviously. Then I will pop in. Ostara, incubation. What's the hurry? What's the gloom? Your seed is safe within her womb. Also safe here. Await and trust now is the key, for life will bloom most readily. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be. There it is done. Yeah, obviously I don't prepare and have some light in here. Witch's Wisdom. Like the sun rising at spring equinox, Ostara's promise is of new beginnings, and fertility is on the horizon. Everything is in place to make real your desires. But first, you must allow all things to unfold naturally. The seeds planted at Imbolc need time to mature deep within the earth, and even though these seedlings may now be appearing, still you are yet to witness them grow into full bloom. So have patience as this is time of incubation for the development of any projects, wishes, spells, and dreams you have breathed. Do you say that? Breathed? No, breathe energy into. Yeah, these things I've started now in many ways. Everything is simmering under the surface, and the timing is perfect for bringing the best results. That which you cannot see needs to take place first in the background. So don't try to speed up the process. Just wait, trust, and allow the natural order of things to take place. Your patience will pay off. Beautiful. And the Witch's Foresight. What you have wished for will come about soon. There are underlying factors that need to be considered before completion. A new project is about to take off. Allow your dreams to unfold naturally without forcing the issue. You have a reason to feel excited. New beginnings await. Stumbling on words, but Ostara revealed. This is a time of balance between light and dark, a time of renewal and rebirth of life. The vernal equinox calls to our youthful spirit, to come out of hibernation and awaken to the lengthening of days. In pagan times, eggs were given as gifts to family and friends for blessings and abundance, a time to celebrate growth and new life. Super beautiful. And then Pentacle, the last. Talk about protection here. Well, let's see. Okay. What I was going to say beforehand, was that these are so long. So even if I expose myself here, let's say, it's still no one ever have the energy to listen through them. Luckily, so I can do that. So, anyways, when you wish and my name is Star. When you wish upon a star, 5 points tell of who you are. Where with pride, respect is key, as you honor its sanctity. The magic is worked with harm to none. Harm to none, so might it be. There it is done. Yeah, sorry. Then I should have respect, and then I start laughing. I'm sorry. Now I just get I'm too tired and also need to drink more water. Which is wisdom. The witch has always wished for a respectful understanding between themselves and others who are unfamiliar with the old ways. Pentacle shows up with great reverence to remind you that wearing this sacred amulet, I always wear that, shows the world who you are and the path you have chosen to walk. Pentacle is not to be feared, for it is a sacred representation of connection, reminding us that we are at one with the elements and all. This star should be worn with pride and a sense of loyalty to not only that which you wholeheartedly believe and trust in, but for the ancestors who were persecuted for never wavering from their commitment and truth. When you have honor and respect for all that you do and all that you are, so too will others see you in the same light as you stand firm in your convictions. So hold your head up high and show the world your respect for this sacred symbol and the true ways of all those it represents. Feels a little bit heavy to represent all those that I respect so much also. Wow. But yeah, you can only be who you are. Which is foresight. Be respectful of others, yourself and others. Your power will increase as you stand firm in your convictions. Honor and work with all that the pentacle represents. Wear a pentacle, a pentagram with pride, respect magic. Yeah, that's a balance also. Oh, wow. How slow. I will read this first. Pentacle revealed. Pythagoreans held the pentacle sacred to the goddess Hygeia. What? What is this? Hygeia. I haven't heard this. Goddess of healing, which represent the 5 elements. Never heard this before, actually. It was a sacred symbol of the goddess Ishtar. Used as amulets and charms throughout the ages of Mesopotamia, Babylonia, the pentacle is invoked for its power of protection, strength, magic, and ritual work. That part I knew, though. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't go on and on and on, but I wonder about that. Sometimes, there are projects in the brewing, and also, there are so many preparations you can do if you really maybe there's a balance about this, how much about the respect. Should you let it be more lighthearted and more like or should you develop all inner skills and practice all kinds of, how much preparation work is needed? Doing all these processes, or could you also let it be more like fun, or those, I don't know. Anyways, I will talk to you later. So, going on with that some other day. Now I got some answers about the whole love and all that. Anyways, let's see. Thanks again, and for anyone who would listen later also. Bye for now.